Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome back to the channel. So here in front of us, we have a really cool ship. This ship is the beautiful UFN Seattle. Now, this ship isn't your usual sort of shape. Yes, we've got engine bay cells to the rear, we've got a really cool little quirky landing pad slash hangar to the back, hidden between the thruster bays at the side here, and we also have this really nice bridge and angled sections towards the front of the craft. So we're going to go around it, have a look at its exterior detail, and then we'll dive inside and see what this ship has to offer before finally taking a bit of a test drive. So the first thing you'll notice is the bridge is located up here, so you can see the little bit of the bridge section in there where the ship's being controlled from, and there's also this sort of conning tower up on the top, or an observation deck you could see, and the observation deck is of course complete with cameras in there, so it's functional as well. Now, coming down from the bridge section, we have these sort of semi-functional comms arrays. We have laser antennas, regular antennas from both the DLC and the standard, and we've got a mixture of just other sticks there that players usually use to create that sort of detailing. Now, coming a little bit further forward, you've got this ant-like pincer design at the front here. Now, I'm not sure if this is intentional and it's designed to direct things it's ramming into this reinforced blast door spike. It could be a possibility, but coming down below from this section, you can see that we've got railguns. Two very tasty railguns hidden inside here, and they are definitely going to devastate a ship if they do impact them. Now, coming down a little bit further, you'll notice that there is assault cannon turrets on either side, and we've got this lower captain's quarters area down here. I'm not sure if this is a captain's quarters, but it'd be a good place for them to keep observation, or maybe it's just an observation deck or a hangout area, who knows. Coming a bit further down, we've got this sort of off-jutted section of the ship that just looks marvelous. It's nice to see a ship sort of expand downwards as well as outwards, because lots of ships tend to just be this standard sort of rectangle or cylindrical sort of design. Now, coming up to the upper deck area here, we have ourselves some serious firepower. So we've got some artillery turrets, and what I want to really point out is how each one of these artillery turrets is recessed in and integrated into the ship's design here itself. There's also an assault cannon turret up on the top deck. Now, if you've noticed, there is some digital armor mixed in with the standard armor design, and if we zoom out there and you just pay attention for that for a second, that creates a very cool weathered look to the actual craft itself. Now we're moving on to these angled sections down here. So you can see that this angle section has been placed like this on a curve, or on a hinge to say, and it's designed just to add a bit of protection, I'm guessing, to this lower section. But look at the detailing that's going on down here. Below these hydrant thrusters, you can see these little reinforced blast door blocks, not just protecting them thrusters above, but also having a real nice bit of detailing. And then towards the bottom, we've got this reinforced section here, complete with some of these out-jutted reinforcement sections that are just really nice to have a look at. So let's work our way a little bit further back from this section, and we're coming to where the ship starts to widen itself up. Now, in this middle sort of area, you can see that there is these hatches. What could these hatches possibly be for? Let me give you a little bit of a secret look inside. Yes, this is fully equipped with AI missiles. So these missiles will launch out of the top hatch, blast through there and off towards the target. And if you didn't think that was enough, look at the rest of these artillery cannons and this guy here itself. A twin-barreled railgun turret that's fully AI controllable. So this thing can deliver some serious firepower if it wants to. Combine that with the missiles that can be re-welded, an enemy ship could be destroyed in a matter of minutes. Now, coming down towards the rear of the ship, you'll notice that there's some iron thrusters now tucked in there. So we've got this hydrogen-iron combination that is quite common with ships in Space Engineers. And we start to move into the engine bay cells. But just have a look at this angled armor that's been placed here in this section, and the detailing they've got down towards the comms array. Even use of a barrel and some spare little rotors there to create more detail in that section. So as we move to the back of the thruster, you'll notice this rear sort of ingress slope that leads to the rear thruster housing, where we've got that iron and hydrogen combination. I really like the detailing of this back section here. It's really nice indeed. There's lots of little off-jutted sections and add-on sort of armor pieces that then lead up to this upper deck here. And on the upper deck, you've got a simple landing pad, and a simple landing pad then just leads the player inside if they want to. Now, between the two thrusters, if we just come up above, you get have a quick look at that shape. It almost looks like some sort of a space rocket, especially with them out-jutted side panels. You've got two more panels on the inner side here, offering a bit of protection. I like this idea. You see this, they've used the connector pieces here and that piece there to create a bit more detailing on these off-jutted sections, and then the thruster is housed in there as well. So coming into the hangar area, we have thrusters to the top and bottom, nicely protected in their own custom housing. And then we have the hangar bay itself. Now, this is only a small hangar bay, quite a common design, but it's got this nice little bit of flair to it. If we turn off our light, we can get a look at the ambience. You've got a little bridge area that can control the access to the hangar, and you've got a lower airlock there as well. And I think this brings us quite nicely onto the interior part of the tour. So as we enter through this rear section, we've met with a little suit hangar, and then we've got a secondary airlock that leads us into this sort of storage section. I like the idea of these. These are all pallets, but instead of being used as like loose pallets out and about, it looks like it's a store of supplies that's been placed in here. So coming through here, we have some more loosely placed supplies. This could be a bit dangerous if there's a bit of turbulence. We've got a little table there as well. And then as we come into this section, we've got more supplies, more cargo, some off little sections to the side. And we're actually entering pretty much into the middle of the ship here, where we've got some more engine systems pumping away. You can see they are creating some power for this ship. A massive engine bay with 2 airlocks there. And we enter into the first of the little crew areas. So you can see over in this section, if I just drop my character in, and we have a good look around, lights and systems will come on as we navigate around. So we can hit that. We activate the elevator now. So yes, this ship does have an elevator. You see it little come up to this level, and then we can decide exactly where we want to go. We've got a bit of elevator music as well. So let's go to floor 1. Okay, so we are now working our way down to that level. All opens up automatically. And we've got a little sort of command center viewing area just here as well. Let's walk our way through, enter into the airlock. Probably should have switched back to spectator for this one, so it'd be a little bit quicker. And we have our large deck. We've got medical supplies over here. We've got an armory. We've got the mess hall over on this side. Let's open both of these up. We've got a mess hall on that side as well. So little eating rooms to the side. Nice corridor continuing this red theme. We've got the break rooms. But these are going to be little side rooms just like we saw before. This one's complete with a fish tank, some TV. Very cool. Let's continue onto this next area. And this is the shooting range and gym. So safety is 0 days since last safety. Always gets me that side. So a little shooting range in here, all nice and compact into your design. It gives you some ideas as well of what rooms to put in your ship. A gym. Look at this little custom subgrid here with these different wheels that have been showing weight benches and squat racks. Very nice indeed. Not too much in the gym though. There could be more. So we've got the med bay over here. Simple sort of med bay setup with the scanners and the other machines. R&D, research and development facility. So this looks like it's got some welders. We've got some sort of secret project that's taking place here. Maybe if you come by and have a look at the ship yourself, you could have a full read of that, or pause the video. Then we've got the CIC, so this is the Command and Control Center. Now, isn't this nice? So you've got the viewing center, you've got a little scan of the ship down below, and this is where you can control the ship from safely. So let's pop ourselves out. We're going to have a look back on the elevator. So this main shaft leads us down to the base of the elevator down here, and then as we come up, we have multiple different floors going on. So this is a larger sort of walkway. You can feel how it just seems to go on for miles and miles, this ship. Lots of crew quarters through here. You can see them all labelled up. And then as we work our way through here, more crew quarters, and then we've got a secondary little control room that is above the hangar bay like we saw before. So let's whip our way back down to the elevator, and we'll go up one more floor. So if we go up one more floor, this is towards the bridge area that we saw before. So there's another little command or briefing room, you could say here, with side briefing rooms jutting off. So these little cryo chambers over on this side. And they've got some access and control systems. Let's have a quick peek in through here. So this takes us then around to the bridge that we saw before. So there's a lot of nice little planty bits on this bridge, but they've also got some small subgrids in this area to create some detailing. So let's bring our character up here and just make sure we're seeing this in full. Now, before we get over to the Command and Control Center, I just wanted to show you the missile room here as well. I nearly missed this one. So this has got the WMI radar system. It's got the whip missile system as well here. And it shows the status of the missiles in the tubes in this section as well. So it's a cool little room, great for coordinating your combat strikes, so to say. And we're going to have a look for the CIC right now. Now, there's still a lot of this ship that we haven't explored, and I'm going to do a quick little tail through it. So this is actually the Admiral's quarters, the one we had a look at down here before. And this has got this whole briefing room behind it that's ambiently lit. We've got these side doors that take you off to the ladders that take you up to the upper floors. It's an absolute labyrinth in here. There's so much detail that's been packed into this section. And as we work our way through here, we actually have this vent. Look at this. This is a cool little idea. So this vent that can be taken off, and this vent then takes you down into the ship AI core. Look at the ambience of this room. This is creepy, but at the same time pretty damn dramatic. So if we pop ourselves back up through the floor, back over to the command center, let's jump in this seat and see what this ship can do. So this ship here itself, you can see it has the large railgun turret control, but let's have a look at our acceleration. So we've got very, very slow acceleration here with this ship. Let's have a look at our movement. Ships with lots of subgrids on do struggle to move, so I am doing big swipes with this mouse right now. And we are really not accelerating too fast with this ship at all. It must be heavy, and it seems to be maybe a little bit under-thrusted. Perhaps it could be the subgrids that are slowing us down there as well. Let's check how good our deacceleration is. So deacceleration is very, very slow as well. I'm just seeing if there's any other thrusters. Yes, so we've got this massive block heading forward, and we've only got these 2 hydrogen thrusters that are trying to stop it or slow it down here. And it looks like they're really struggling to do so. I'm not pressing any buttons right here, and we are deaccelerating, but it's an extremely slow pace. So we've got some ion thrusters on the side that are trying to work. So the thrust and maneuverability sort of ratio of the ship is not very maneuverable. It's not very thrusting. Let's have a look at our quick control of this railgun turret. So this railgun turret seems to be set up quite nicely. We'll grab ourselves our spectator camera and we can have a quick look at it as it wiggles about. Lovely. And then we've got large arcs going up, but we've got a hard limit at the bottom here, so not much depression. So this can engage targets. Oh, not super high up. It's got a limit there as well, but it could still do some damage, especially a nice side volley. Look at that. I love a good railgun turret. I think we all can't resist one in Space Engineers at all. Now, the next thing I wanted to try was a little bit of a weapons test. So you can see there's a lot of firepower on this ship, but there isn't too much maneuverability. And because of that, when I'm trying to maneuver on this ship or trying to accelerate around it, I am really struggling. A better, more maneuverable ship could easily outdo this thing really quickly, eliminate its weapon systems, and then it'll be over. But you can see it's got a very impressive side volley of fire. And talking about impressive, let's have a look at this railgun, see if we can do anything with it. So we'll bring it around. We'll get ourselves a little bit of an aim at a target. Let's target the rear thruster there. Okay, with the rear turret fire, and railgun is underway, smashing a hole in the backside there as well. Just look at that lovely consistent fire. Maybe since this ship isn't so maneuverable, it's more of a sit and sort of plink with type ship. Well, let's have a look if we can get these missiles launching. I'm a bit concerned that we might not be able to. That is all missiles now launching. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh no! Oh, bloody hell. Is that all the missiles destroyed? It looks like they're colliding with each other. We've got one missile left. Oh, one missile has made it from launch towards the target. So we need to stagger the launch out, I'm guessing, a little bit more. It was when they all started turning. The missile's going towards the target, but is it damaged? Is it going to be able to swoop itself in here at the last minute? I don't think it is. I think it's struggling. It's going straight off target. Perhaps I didn't lock it correctly. It's being intercepted by the missiles from the Enterprise. So a little bit of a failure there in terms of launching, but this overall is a really cool ship. If you want to check this out, there'll be a link down to it in the description below, and it's a real cool combination of missile carrier, heavy battleship, but still has some serious mobility issues. Maybe in a version 2 some of those mobility issues could be addressed. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed how I presented this video, hit that like button. It really does help, and I will see you next time.